I'm very interested to hear about your astrology charts or astrology profiles that you've given to our main characters because we're wondering what the heck are they?
These two protagonists of ours, Kiran and Nash, they are so cloyingly romantic and I mean, their chemistry is based on so much easy compatibility, even though they have so many external obstacles coming to them. I mean, naturally, I had to kind of imagine what their astrological placements would be and how is it possible for a situation like this to even occur. The fact that a brown girl and a white guy meet, even if it's in the contemporary world, and undertake a very traditional relationship. So they're so because they don't have like easy similarities when it comes to their background, ethnicity, culture, traditions, values, understanding of the world, the mental framework, how they sift through their experiences. Maybe astrology is the one that's helping them all along. And that's why I'm going to start off with Kiran's chart. So, Kiran is a Capricorn sun, a Pisces moon, and a Libra rising. Now, I will say why she's a Capricorn sun. Because Kiran, madam, she likes to think of herself as someone who is grounded, who wishes and values conformity with strict rules and traditions and values. She thinks her values align with these rigid ideologies. She thinks all of these things. Like her ego and identity feels as though she should take on these external burdens. However, she has a Pisces moon. That's why her home is so colorful. I mean, when I heard the description of her house, I was like, this girl is, in that veneer of Capricorn maturity, there is an artistic soul inside. Like she has that easy artsy soul that's trying to reach for bigger things outside of academia, outside of corporate world, outside of seeking validation from these traditional things. So yeah, she's a Pisces moon and she's a Libra rising because she is too cooperative for her own good. Honestly speaking, poor Nash, he's almost an orphan. He has so many abandonment issues and this girl almost abandons him or close to abandons him. So you can see that in the name of being too cooperative or peaceful or harmonious with one section of people close to her, that is her family, she kind of like forgets the fact that she's causing unnecessary consequences in her own life and causing disharmony in another sector of her life, which is her romantic life or her whatever, her domestic partnership. So, yeah, she's just too cooperative for her own good. So, she's like a slight dum dum in that way. So, she's a Capricorn sun, she's a Pisces moon, and she's a Libra rising. And we will just keep in mind right now that if she's a Libra rising, it means her fourth house is Capricorn. We'll just remember that. Fourth house Capricorn, we'll just remember that. We'll keep it aside. Okay. Now we come to the hot, tall child psychologist, red flag, um, nerdy, very sweet, way too progressive to be realistic, but yeah, our hottie of the day, Nash. Now, Nash is a Virgo sun because he pretends to be put together while he's not. He's up. That's why he became a psychologist. I mean, no offense, but like
Too real.
To put things simply, what I'm saying is true. And he's a Cancer moon because he desires home, but he never got it.
And mommy issues. He's
He
got mommy
wants,
issues.
and he's got mommy issues. He
Mhm.
is a Cancer moon. He seeks home everywhere he goes, but he's not able to find the kind of home that satisfies him. And he's an Aries rising because honestly, the fact that him being a privileged white dude decides to marry impulsively, not marry, decides to be in a romantic, long term, serious relationship with a brown girl who comes from, I would say, she isn't even from one of the major metropolitan cities. Her background is from rural village India. So I think there's some element of impulsivity or not carelessness, I would say, but an ability to jump into something that needs to be explored. I think that's an Aries rising quality. Like kind of just jumping in and then figuring it out later.
Yeah, I can see
Like
that.
action first, thought later. Okay, so now if he's a Cancer moon and if he's an Aries rising, it means that Cancer is in his fourth house. So now we have to remember Nash's fourth house Cancer and Kiran is fourth house Capricorn. Opposition, but sister signs who balance each other out. So while Nash's Cancerian moon is seeking comfort, stability, home, and a nurturing environment, in opposition to it, Kiran is able to provide the traditional maturity, stability, the idea of family structures, and you know, the idea of stable family life. I think she gives him an idea of how life is on that other side. And I think his emo-ness finds comfort in structure that Kiran is able to provide. Of course, since her fourth house is Capricorn and she's a Capricorn sun, it means her sun is in her fourth house. So she over identifies, according to me, from her roots, her family foundations, her understanding of how she should operate in the world, and how much approval and validation she needs as an adult. So she over identifies with all of that. I think so. And similarly, I think Nash, in an internal emotional way, over identifies with the concept of home. That's why he feels abandoned. Like too much of his emotionality is driven towards roots, home, family structure, and he feels a little unmoored. So imagine having someone who has their sun in their fourth house in opposition to your Cancer, which is your sister sign. I think it works.
Yeah,
And
that was good.
also because they are Aries rising, and Libra rising, descendants, yeah,
Oppositions. Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
works.
Oppositions.
Yes.
I can tell you firsthand, oppositions, especially with personal planets, they're not bad at all. They're great. And then they can be great at times and so not great at times. It's getting along swimmingly and then clashing like nobody's business. But I'm
So
also
and
speaking from the lens of having a
that's
lot
the
of
entire life.
yeah, go ahead.
No, sorry. I was just saying that the fact that they have personal planets in opposition, Kiran and Nash, I think that kind of shows how transformative their union is. How transformative them being together is when it comes to their own growth and happiness as individuals, but also the growth and happiness that they find within themselves. So there has to be some kind of friction for so much transformation to take place. Like they are not living an inherited template, either of them, actually.
Yeah. No, it was really good. That was really, really good. I love it.